So you want to learn how to speak in Japanese, but you have a 9 to 5. That is not a problem. I got you, bestie. And for today's video, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to learn Nihongo or how to learn Japanese language if you have a job. First thing in the morning, before you get ready for work, bring out your book, bring out your notebook, any materials that you need for Japanese learning. Take it out of a bag of the drawer somewhere, put it on the table, and open to the page that you're gonna study right after work. You might be asking, why should I do this? You should do this to eliminate the barrier of entry so that when you get home from work, you already see the book laying on the table on the page that you're gonna study. This is to avoid laziness and procrastination. Number 2, when you're commuting to work, I'm assuming you have a smartphone, install Anki, Mochi Kanji, any Japanese language learning app so that while you're commuting and sitting on a train, on a bus, or whatever, you're learning something. When you're driving a car, put on a Japanese podcast. Just listen to the daily conversation. So if you're living in Japan too, just like me, that is a complete immersion to the language. You actually have an advantage because people at work will talk in Japanese and you get to practice your listening skills too. But if you live abroad, if you don't live in Japan, this is what you should do. On your break time at work, watch Japanese contents, Japanese vlogs, Japanese TikToks. And that way, you will still be immersed to the language. Next one is allocate time. Allocate time for Japanese, even if it's just 5 minutes, 1 minute, for learning kanji, for learning grammar. Just set aside a little time of your day. And now, when you get home from work, you should rest for a little while because fatigue is real. You cannot focus when your body is so tired from work. I don't recommend studying right away. Just rest for a bit. Do not doom scroll. Try not to, because you can get lost in social media and I'm just gonna open the app. And then hours have gone by and you just doom scrolled and you haven't learned any Japanese. After you rested, you set maybe 1 hour max. If you're not too busy, if you don't have kids, maybe 1 hour max. That'll do. You should be uninterrupted with breaks. 30 minutes studying, 5-minute break, and then 30 minutes studying. Because our brain absorbs information better if it's not forced, if it's willing to learn. This is also to avoid information overload. Labeling your stuff at home with Japanese words. For example, that flower vase, you should put a label on it and says kabin, flower vase. Guitar, guitar. So changing your phone settings to Japanese will help if you want to do that. If you want to doom scroll, just put hashtag Japanese language to the search bar and then just doom scroll all you want. It's actually a productive scrolling. Installing Disho app or a dictionary on your phone, Japanese dictionary, because that would help a lot if you're curious about a word and you just want to look it up right away. The conjugation, all that stuff. Another application that is useful for me, DeepL. This is a translation app, and a lot of native Japanese teachers told me that you should use DeepL because it's more accurate. I really think that you should allocate time for writing vocabulary words, like Japanese vocabulary. I know it's time consuming, but your brain remembers so much if you write it down a lot of times. If you read it, a lot of times. I know it sounds tedious and boring, but that's the most efficient way to remember words. When you're on social media and you're scrolling through reels and there are recommended Japanese lessons on your reels, you save it or you send it to yourself through DM, Messenger, whatever. When you have time, grab your notebook, write the vocabulary down, write their kanji, try to construct sentences and phrases using those words. Usually a video only takes a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, especially in the short form content. Most of the time they're just 1 minute and 30 seconds. Try to insert Japanese in your routine as much as possible. Another thing is keeping a journal. If you're not journaling using your native language, start journaling using the Japanese language. And then use the translation app that I mentioned earlier, the DeepL app. Well, it works wonders. You write about your day and then It's okay to not know every word that you have written at first, as long as you're reading it out loud. Strive for daily journal entries, even if it's just like a one sentence, and then gradually increase it as much as you like, at least a minimum of one phrase or sentence a day. You might find yourself writing in Japanese naturally and not needing any translation apps no more. So yeah, the night before you go to work, you prepare 5 kanji. Write it in a copy paper and divide it into 4 or divide it into 5, and then make your own flashcards for the next day. You will divide those 5 kanji all throughout the day. You can do this on your free time, listening to Japanese music with the lyrics on. Because in my own experience, this enhanced my listening skills, reading skills, and the kanji because I'm looking at the lyrics. Install Japanese Today and Shinobi, learning Japanese apps. Take some time to read because sometimes you just don't have the energy and you just don't want to study with a textbook because there will be days that you just don't want to open a book. So I highly suggest installing Japanese apps that are like meant for reading. So when you hover your finger through certain words, there are meanings that are gonna pop up. And all in all, watch anime on Netflix. Doraemon, Crayon Shin-chan. Let's talk about when it's your rest day. When it's your rest day, allocate 2 hours in your whole day to just study Japanese and divide that 2 hours to little chunks. For example, you're gonna study vocabulary words for 45 minutes, and then at lunch, after you eat lunch, you're gonna study grammar for another 45 minutes, and then just rest, do what you need to do, watch a movie, and then at nighttime, study kanji. Just lessen the workload in the night because our brain tends to slow down and be lazy when it comes to absorbing information at night. I know this video is so short. Let me know what I should talk about next.